Hey guys, welcome to Wrestle Kingdom. Latest news. Jordynne Grace makes brutal botch on WWE NXT. Backstage updates on incident between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. WWE superstar Carlito announced his funeral. Vince McMahon and WWE want the ring by lawsuit dismissed. Former WWE superstar Carl Anderson hopes WWE will not fire Kevin Owens. Sheamus suffers a bad fall and hurt himself, and so much more. Starting with WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes, he wants to follow the footsteps of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, John Cena, and Daniel Batista. During a recent edition of Pardon My Take podcast, Cody Rhodes hinted following in footsteps of fellow wrestlers John Cena, The Rock, and Batista. He said, "I would love to get out there. There are some fun projects coming up. I would love to get out there and tell stories that way for sure and grow. I love pro wrestling. I always will. To get out there, I love what The Rock has done. I love what John Cena has done. And Dave Batista as well. All of them have gone different routes when approaching Hollywood, and I think I might be the next to join the fray in all that." Cody Rhodes already has a role in the upcoming reboot of the Naked Gun movie, and he's eyeing more opportunities in Hollywood. WWE superstar Jordynne Grace makes brutal botch on WWE NXT. In the opening match of Tuesday night's episode of WWE NXT, Jordynne Grace faced off against Jada Parker. During the match, Jordynne Grace attempted a suicide dive but got caught in the ropes and fell right in front of Jada Parker. On Monday's episode of WWE Raw, Carlito was taken out by a brutal spear from Braun Breaker, who charged down the aisle and launched into a flipping spear that floored Carlito. After the attack, Braun Breaker turned his attention to Dominic Mysterio in the ring. Taking to Twitter, Carlito revealed his funeral will take place on Friday. He tweeted, "Thank you everyone for your thoughts and prayers. My funeral service is scheduled for this Friday. My family asks for privacy during this painful time. Much gracious." Backstage update on Show's incident between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. As we all know by now, the recent WWE SmackDown promo between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton went off script, sparking backstage drama. Fightful's Legacy reporting that the reaction backstage ranged from confusion to surprise, with both Flair and Tiffany Stratton facing some heat. There is no word of issues backstage after this segment though. The general reaction was level of confusion when Charlotte Flair mocked Tiffany Stratton's voice and an "oh shit" when things went personal. Interestingly, WWE's Raw roster found humor, and Ludwig Kaiser's good-natured response to his unexpected mention. And Ludwig Kaiser's response was, "Don't flatter yourself," using Shawn Michaels' video. Vince McMahon and WWE want the ring by lawsuit dismissed. Vince McMahon and WWE have joined Linda McMahon in filing motions to dismiss a lawsuit brought by 5 former WWE ring boys alleging abuse in the 1980s. The suit was filed in Maryland, but all 3 parties argues the case should be dismissed due to lack of jurisdiction. They are filing claims none of plaintiffs are from Maryland, and WWE, Vince McMahon and Linda McMahon lack significant ties to the state. They assert the plaintiffs are attempting to exploit the new Maryland Child Victim Act of 2023, which allows for revived claims of historic abuse. Vince McMahon denies any knowledge or involvement in the alleged abuse. WWE and TKO argues they are being wrongly held accountable for the action of now defunct WWF, with no proper claim of a successor liability made. They also note that the complaint says the plaintiffs were hired and paid directly by former employee Mel Phillips, not WWE. Carl Anderson hopes WWE will not fire Kevin Owens post-surgery. Former WWE Tag Team Champions the OC Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows returned to their Talk and Show podcast after being released by WWE in February while Anderson was recovering from surgery for a torn rotator cuff. During a recent edition of their podcast, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson discussed Kevin Owens, who recently announced that he needs neck fusion surgery, confirming health concerns leading up to WrestleMania 41. On his hope that Kevin Owens is not released 2.5 months after his surgery, he said, "I'm just going to say this, I hope, if he is really hurt and he has surgery, I hope he is not released 2.5 months after the major surgery. That's all I'm just going to say. I hope that doesn't happen to him." Wrestling legend Booker T responds for Swerve Strickland comments. The fight between Swerve Strickland and WWE legend Booker T got worse after Swerve yelled "fuck Booker T" at the end of the AEW Dynasty show. This all started when Swerve Strickland said Booker T didn't handle a bad 2005 WWE moment right when Vince McMahon said a racist word on TV. Booker T talked about it on his podcast saying he was upset but also gave Swerve some advice. He said Swerve messed up by making their fight the big story instead of the wrestling show itself. Booker T explained they see things differently. He likes to help people quietly while Swerve Strickland speaks out loud. He said he won't praise Swerve anymore but still hopes he does well. Both think a show called Vlad TV made things worse between them, but they blame each other for falling for it. Booker T says he always helps young wrestlers and stands by his past choices. This fight shows bigger problem in wrestling about how to deal with racism, talk about problems, help new wrestlers and act professionally, and neither man looks ready to stop fighting about it. WWE superstar Sheamus suffered a bad fall and hurt himself. Sheamus took to Twitter to announce that he recently fell and skinned his knees. He wrote, "Taking big bumps and County Clare might be out for a few weeks." WWE NXT superstar GUILIA returned to WWE NXT TV. GUILIA is back on WWE NXT with the Beautiful Madness attacking Stephanie Baker after the opening bout. And now Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley was added to Women's World Title match against Io Sky and Bianca Belair to make a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Lyra Valkyria defeated Bayley in Women's Intercontinental Championship match. El Grande Americano and Creed Brothers defeated Cruz del Toro, Jacqueline Wild and Dragon Lee. After Gunther's brutal attack on Jimmy Uso last week, a determined main event Jey Uso made it clear that he was no longer afraid and he was taking the Ring General's World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41 for his family. They knew they defeated the War Riders by disqualification in a World Tag Team Championship match. Penta defeated Dominic Mysterio. Moments after Penta defeated Dominic Mysterio, a fight broke out that ended with Finn Balor standing tall. 3 days after CM Punk cashed in on the favor to demand Paul Heyman be in his corner at WrestleMania 41 and derailed Roman Reigns with a GTS, Seth Rollins got in Heyman's face and drew the anger of CM Punk. After Seth Rollins stomped the second City Saint CM Punk in the final moments of the brawl, Seth Rollins informed Paul Heyman, "Now you owe me a favor." Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more wrestling news and wrestling content.